What up, YouTube? Timmers here. Since I'm doing my reviews for Stephen King film adaptations, here's my review for the 1986 film Maximum Overdrive. I'm not gonna sugarcoat. This movie is a pretty bad film, but to be honest, is one of my favorite bad films of the '80s. Like the '80s had some of the best bad movies ever. You know, Howard the Duck. In my opinion, Maximum Overdrive is one of them. I mean, you know, this film, believe it or not, is of course based on Stephen King property, but Stephen King also directed the film as well. So this was actually, I believe, his directorial debut, if I'm not mistaken. And it's where it's pretty much where like this comet, storms on Earth, and machines as they're coming to life and turn against the markers, and so a group of survivors must fend for themselves against a massive homicidal trucks. So you got this diner cook named Bill Robinson, played by Emil Estevez, who emerged as this unlikely leader of the pack, attempting to find an escape plan for himself and the survivors. One of the survivors also includes his boss, Bubba Hendershot, played by Pat Hingo, as well as like this newlywed couple, and the female and it and top off the female lead here is, of course, played by Yeardley Smith, who, of course, you might remember as the voice of Lisa Simpson on The Simpsons. So there's that too. Maximum Overdrive, like I said, it's not that great of a film, but it is actually a pretty fun, enjoyable '80s venture. It is pretty bloody. I mean, what is it with Stephen King and killer vehicles? First Christine, now Maximum Overdrive. He really just loved when vehicles just kill people, you know. And Emil Estevez, I mean, of course, he was like pretty popular in the '80s with stuff like The Breakfast Club, St. Elmo's Fire, and of course, Maximum Overdrive was one of them as well. This film definitely had some really, like, it was a pretty blood fest. You also had Laura Harrington was also in this, Frankie Faison. You had some really Giancarlo Esposito. You had Stephen King, who plays this ATM guy. I mean, it had some really decent supporting players. It is pretty fun, but it is pretty bad too. Like the film does have a pretty poor script to it. I mean, I believe this was like the only film that Stephen King ever directed. Like, I cannot ever recall him ever directing again, which I guess I can see why. I mean, this is a bit of a dumb film, but and frankly, one of the other best parts about the movie is, of course, it does have AC/DC songs as well, so there's that too. Uh, I mean, yeah, like I said, this movie came out like in 1986 with not so good reviews. It has a 15% on Rotten Tomatoes, but later on it became a cult favorite among you know among cinephiles. I mean, it's always funny how films from the '80s became pretty bad, but then became cult favorites down the line, like such as Howard the Duck, Cocktail, and all. And Maximum Overdrive is one of them. I mean, I believe the Stephen King's son Joe Hill, who also did Lock and Key, I believe he actually said he wants to do like a reboot of this, but I could totally see a reboot in today's side, maybe like a better reboot, I guess. But that aside, if you guys haven't really seen Maximum Overdrive, normally I don't really recommend bad movies or anything like that. But if you want like a fun bad movie to watch, Maximum Overdrive is definitely a bad film that's worth checking out. Anyway, let me leave you guys. Have you ever seen Maximum Overdrive? And so, what's up? Were you a fan of it? Were you not a fan of it? Is it like, has this movie ever been a cult favorite to you? Drop comments below. Don't forget to like, subscribe, hit that bell for notification. This is Tim Usaya.